man. I do what I do.
Sometimes you got to pop out on them. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. I hope you guys are enjoying this day, man. We are Super Bowl Sunday. I just finished watching the halftime show with Kendrick Lamar. And, like he says, sometimes you got to pop out on them. But, man, anyway, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. I hope you all are having a great day. I wanted to definitely at least catch that halftime show. At this point, it looks like Philly is up by at least three scores. So, either way, I mean, it is what it is, man. But shout out to my man, Mr. 43TX, who is also a member. Big shout out to Poohman313, who's also a member, man. All my members up in here. Let's give a big shout out to all the members. A hand clap for the members. Yeah. Yes, that's right. You got to always show love to all of my members. Make sure if you're a member, go ahead and hit the number 1 button so that I'll know you're a member and I can give you a shout out real quick, man. We want to make sure we always show love to the membership, because the membership is the ship that guides us through the night. Because sometimes the super chats ain't right. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But anyway, you guys, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a pleasant weekend, well rested, relaxed. See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. All my people up in here. Let me see who we got up in here. Devin Townsend. I already gave a big shout out to Pooh Man, but shout out to you again, Mark the Freelancer, Urban Eagle, man. Make sure you join the membership, man. We got to get that membership popping, man. But anyway, good looking out, you guys. Glad to see you in here tonight. I cannot seem to move away from this subject because every couple days it seems like folks are still trying to blame Black folks for all the issues that America's facing. Specifically right now, you have a lot of people who are immigrants who are trying to blame Black people for these mass deportations, and I just don't see it. And on top of that, I'm not having it. You're not going to be able to do that. Okay, that's not how we're going to get down. Needless to say, I'm going to show you the video footage, and I really think that folks need to just chill. But here's the cold part about it. At this point, Black people are clapping back. Black folks are saying, "Nah, that's not us. You're not going to put that on us." And so you see it happening right now. You understand what I'm saying? So, fam, here's the thing. Before we go any further, I want to make sure I set the record straight. All right. And when I say the record, let's go ahead and give a full accounting of what's transpired. And when I say what's transpired, I'm talking about the voting. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. Before we get too deep into this conversation, make sure you hit the number 1 button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And the thing is, look, Black people have nothing to do with these deportations that are happening right now. And the numbers speak for themselves. All right. Black women, 92% of them. And then Black men, 77%. They overwhelmingly back the Democratic candidate. White men, 60%, and white women, 53%, stood for the Republican Party. Latino men, 58% of them. Okay, 58%. Or should I say Latino women, 58% of Latino voted Democratic, but 54% of Latino men voted Republican. All right. Now, overall, 60% of Hispanics, they voted for the Republican Party. Now, when you start looking at the numbers and you start doing the breakdown of each individual Latino group, and I'm gonna get, people always like to jump in our business, so I'm gonna go ahead and get in their business. Okay. And I want to go ahead and show you some numbers real quick. You guys with me? Somebody type numbers in the chat room. People lie, numbers don't. And so these are the numbers that we're looking at overall. All right. You guys hit the number 1 button if you can see it. And again, I would appreciate if you learn something, if you pick something up, that you didn't know before, you go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and hit the super chat, and I certainly would appreciate that. So if we look at this exit poll by sex and race, 38% of white men voted Democrat, 60% voted Republican. 46% of white women, 53% of white women voted against what people would say would be their own women's rights and for the Republican Party. 77% of black men voted Democratic. And that's more than any other group of men. Look at this. 77% of black men, only 21% voted Republican. 92% of black women voted for the Democratic Party. Only 7% voted for the Republican. So why is this group being blamed for what happened to this group? And then when you look at the Latino men, 54% of them voted Republican. And 39% of Latino women voted Republican. And when you total that up, that's 60%. 60%. And yet we're the ones that to blame, right? They need to blame themselves. Now, if we go deeper into the numbers, okay, which is what we'll do, let's just go a little deeper into the numbers, and you look at the actual breakdown of Latino voters by their, I guess, country of origin or country of heritage. Check this out, okay? I want to show you how it breaks down. All right. Out of all Hispanics, as I said before, 60% voted for Donald Trump. Mexicans, 62%, okay, voted for the 62% voted. But let me make this a little bigger so y'all can. These are the people that voted for Trump. 62% of Mexicans voted for Trump. 58% voted for Puerto Ricans voted for Trump. 52% of Cubans, 56% of Central Americans, 60% of folks from South America, and then just other Latinos, 58%. So, I mean, you know, when you look at that, it's like, hold on a minute, man. You guys overwhelmingly voted for Trump. And so how is it that you're blaming black people for this issue that you're facing with deportation? The man said what he was going to do, and now he's doing what he said. Why is this our problem? Okay. And so, you know, of course, you know, again, let's just lay it down again. Okay. 92% of black voters voted for and supported Kamala Harris. Love her or hate her. If she had won, we wouldn't be dealing with this wave of deportations. Meanwhile, Trump built his entire campaign on deporting immigrants. He made his intentions crystal clear, and yet 60% of Latino voters still cast their ballots for him. Okay, but here's the reality. No one wants to talk about it. Trump's not the only president who has had an aggressive immigration policy. Every modern U.S. president, Clinton, Bush, Obama, and now Biden and Trump, have enforced strict immigration laws. And that's not because they're racist or because they have a personal vendetta. It's because it's their job. Now, here are the facts. Clinton's administration in his 8 years deported 12.2 million. So in 8 years, he sent over 1 million illegal immigrants home. George Bush in his 8 years, he sent over 10.3 million home. Barack Obama, he deported 5.2 million. Okay? And Donald Trump is just continuing with the same policy. So why is it that Trump is the only one being singled out? Why weren't Latino activists protesting in the streets when Obama was locking children in cages on the border? And when he ramped up the deportations, they didn't do that for Clinton. Okay, and I'm not here to defend Trump. I'm just saying it looks suspicious. All right, why weren't we having those conversations under Bush and Clinton and Biden? And the answer is simple. It's easier to scapegoat one man than to acknowledge the truth. Deportation policies have been part of the American system for decades. Now, here's the thing. They need to stop pointing their fingers at Black America. All right? Because see, after the dust settled, those same Latino voices are pointing fingers at us, blaming us for not standing with them. We stood at the polls. We voted for Kamala Harris, not me, of course, because I voted for Donald Trump. Because, I vote my interests, and my interests are aligned with the Republican Party at this point. But the black people that actually care, all the good black folk out there, the 92% of black people that actually care, the 79% of black men that care, the 92% of black women that care, they voted for Kamala. They stood in line. That's where they were doing their standing with you. Okay?
She ain't acting right. Replace that bitch and call her Uber, get the packing light. You want a man, be the man, pull out the strap tonight. I'm on the first plane smoking, trying to catch a flight. See Maria, she do plumbing, she can fix a pipe. Molly Susie up in Thailand, she massage me right. Your employment is not needed, but you fire, yikes. I love. See they falling one by one, see the changeover. Black men ain't playing games cause the game's over. PS4 and PS5 in the Range Rover. Girls nice, so lame, got a hangover.
I picked you up in my boat and I brought you here to Bangkok. And we had a sick night, bitches.
Whoa. You ready for craziest story ever?
In Bangkok, filming like it's hangover. 2,000 baht, take a thought and get your hangover. So many women, man, free, they don't need a man. 20-year-old, 30-year-old, they all holding hands. 40-year-old, 50-year-old, she ain't got a plan. Turning 60, now she ready, bitch, I'll be damned. You had a chance to keep your man, now you're fair, shouty. You the op, politically bought, with them feds, shouty. Benedict on her, you the Judas, with them Diddy parties. You gotta be ready to turn your head over them dead bodies.
Stepping over, do your two-step. Stepping over, do your two-step. Stepping over, do your two-step. Stepping over, do your two-step.